And we're live. Hello. We have how many people? 11 people in the chat right now. So for the sake of argument, people in the chat, I have 6 people here, and they have been instructed not to talk or make a commotion or jump in front of the camera and all that fun stuff. But for those of you in the chat, please leave a comment right now so I can see who is here. Just so you guys know, all of you here and all of you in the chat, as long as you sign in with your Barnegat Schools email, whatever you leave in the chat will pop up with your real name. If I see fake names or something along those lines, or if I see people kind of abusing things like that, they will be kicked and banned from the chat, or they will have to sign in with their real name. Hey, there's people. Yeah, like a bunch of people commenting right now. Eventually, I'm going to assign moderators. It's gonna be great. You ever been a YouTube moderator? No? You get to like mute people and kick people out, put them in timeout and delete their comments. So much power. So much power. So yeah, for you in the chat, maybe I'll do that as well. It depends. I'm gonna see it, get to know people first. And then eventually we'll have a selection. Whatever, don't care. This is Algebra 2, CP. I'm Mr. Markey. And this is your first day in school, right? Yeah. I keep forgetting that because yesterday was for day 1 for everyone else. You are cohort 2? Okay, I think. Okay, so it's mainly cohort 1 that's in the chat, I would hope, or virtual students. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. This is gonna be a fun thing the whole way through. Should have joined the Google Classroom. If you're in the chat, clearly you did because you have the link. You need to join Google Classroom if you haven't already. I'm gonna be double checking and sending out invitations again. If you haven't, please make sure that you do so. At 11:05, when this class period is over, Google Classroom will automatically activate your first assignment, which is just to read over the syllabus and an article, have your parent or guardian do the same thing, and then there's a Google form that you have to fill out indicating that you did that. There's an extra thing in there, but I'll get to it when the time comes. Google Classroom is going to be our main hub of information. I'm going to get into all those details. All right. Real quick, there were 2 seniors. Who were the seniors again? Senior and senior. Okay. Clearly, this is not how you wanted to start your senior year. I know that. It's not fair for a lot of people. For all of you, this is going to be a difficult year. It will be a difficult year. Maybe in terms of the material that we're learning, I don't know. It's Algebra 2. Algebra 2 is kind of a hodgepodge of everything. I'm going to help you along the way, every step of the way in terms of Algebra 2. But it's mainly going to be a difficult year because of the circumstances that we're in. Things could change by tomorrow, literally by tomorrow. I was in orientation for my kid's first grade class. First grade class. And the principal literally said, we just got this memo 2 hours ago and something's changed. Things could change by tomorrow. Who knows? Ocean County just moved from the low risk to the moderate risk category. Did you know that? Yeah, like this past week. I don't know what's gonna happen. We could be all virtual by next week. Here's the thing: for some people, they're like, "Yeah, go for it. I love it." Some people, dude, there are a lot of people who suffered last year. A lot of people who suffered last year because virtual just wrecked them. There are some teachers that didn't do their job. There are some teachers who you never heard. You never heard their voice or saw their face. You know, there's some teachers who went overboard and required you to be on like a Google Zoom meet or whatever all the time. You know, it was very inconsistent. I'm going to show you eventually I'm going to show you what I did in spring, eventually near the end of the class period. But again, I'm going to be with you every step of the way. I will. I put out that video 2 days ago. I think I put out like a short video just kind of introducing, everything and all that stuff. I mean every word of that. I'm going to be with you every step of the way. Ask anyone who has had me before. Ask anyone who has had my class. Yes, they'll say that I have a difficult class. Yes, but they know for a fact that I am incredibly helpful and I will be with you and I will work with you. That's what everyone should say. Ignore the dumb comments. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just thinking about something there. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Everyone's stressed out. Everyone. Like, guess how old my dad is?
How old are you?
I can't say that yet. You'll see why in a little bit.
66.
81. My dad's 81 years old. He is a prime candidate for suffering from this virus. One of my best friends, his dad is still recovering after months, still recovering. Like, this is a scary time that we're living in. Yay, way to brighten the day, Mr. Markey. But seriously, as I said in that video the other day, I'm here for you every step of the way. And no matter what's going to happen, we're going to keep moving forward. You ever see Meet the Robinsons? The movie? Keep moving forward. It's fantastic.
Kind of interrupted though, at times.
Oh, yeah, you do what you got to do. Yeah. By the way, just for my own sake, I feel like I'm nailing this speech. No? Minus 10. Anyway, changes in the classroom. For those of you that are in the chat that may be here on Wednesdays, and for those of you who are here right now, normally, I like to do group work. I like to have you moving. I like to have you working in pairs. I like to have you working in groups. I can't do that this year. There's a lot of opportunity in my class in years past to kind of just, not just sit there the entire time. I can't do that this year. I can't have you in front of the live stream. I can't have you working together in close quarters. We all have to be apart. But we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. We're going to rely on my enigmatic personality. Thank you. Thank you for laughing. Now, in terms of procedures, let's talk about leaving the classroom. Obviously, you know about the passing time. In passing time, you can only go in one direction in the hallway, right? During the middle of class period, you can go wherever you need to go if you're allowed to, but the bathrooms are down to the left. Currently, I have to write a pass, and then we throw out that pass. I'm working on a system where I can just maybe get 2 or 3 passes and then periodically spray them down. I don't know. I have to get permission for that, I think, or something like that. But I'm currently working on that. If you need anything, there is a desk up here where I'm going to have most of my supplies. I don't have everything up here just yet, but you need paper, you need pencil, erasers, tape, hand sanitizer, sharpener, tissues, 3-hole punch. It's all going to be up here. Just don't congregate. Just don't congregate, but it's all going to be up here. As I said, I tried to keep everything away from my desk. If you notice, I tried to enclose myself a little bit in a little cocoon. I want to eventually teach from that Elmo camera, but I need to figure out a way to live stream, but then for the microphone to pick up my voice from all the way over there. If you notice it, if you're in the live stream, you guys can't see this, but in the live stream, there's a giant glare right here, a giant ball of light that they can't see through. Trying to fix it. You ever hear of OBS Studio? OBS Studio? That's what I've been using for a lot of my speedrunning video game things. Because you have the webcam and the timer and then the video game all seamlessly put together in one screen. You can stream it. And you can change scenes. So I could be over there. I could be, cast the screen. I could have a microphone so you can hear my voice. And I could easily on the computer or the laptop change oh, I want you to see this and I want to switch to this. And it's I got to get it approved and then I got to get it installed. It's a whole mess. That's where we're at. In-class procedures, typically, I'm going to try this year. To not do paper. Sometimes I will have to. There's no way around that. But I'm going to try and not do paper. Mostly everything is going to be on Google Classroom. Textbooks. Yes, there is an Algebra 2 textbook. I am still working on getting you the online access to it. There's a website on McGraw-Hill that I have to upload this Excel spreadsheet to, and having a little bit of trouble with it. Some of the teachers are trying to figure it out, but I'm going to get you access to an online textbook, so you won't have to drag anything around. That'll be nice. It will be nice. It's a pretty good textbook, but we'll see what happens when the time comes. I'm going to talk about my syllabus in a moment, but first I wanted to talk about Algebra 2. In Algebra 1, they tried to teach you what, lines? Maybe linear equations, maybe a little bit of quadratics, a little bit of factoring. You tried to get through as much as you could, and then by the end of the year, you felt like, man, I don't really feel like I learned anything. Fair? Maybe, I don't know. Then you get to geometry, and you're like, ooh, different subject. Shapes and triangles, and then your life gets ruined by proofs. Just I don't know. That's just my opinion. Algebra 2. I was literally told this by a college professor one day. I was in a professional development at Rowan University, and the professor who was running the show said to us, whatever you don't get to in Algebra 1, that's fine. Whatever you don't get to in geometry, that's fine. Algebra 2, I'm sorry, you're going to have to pick up the slack. That sucks. So whatever skills that we did not master or comprehend in Algebra 1, and whatever skills we need from geometry that fall into that same boat, we're going to have to relearn all now during this year, during COVID. So that's fun. But I'm going to be here, and I'm going to help you every step of the way. All right, let's talk about my syllabus. Oh, just for the sake of argument, before I talk about the syllabus, right now it's 10:11. The class period lets out at 11:05. I have set aside the last 15 or so minutes so that I'm going to turn off the live stream with 15 minutes to go so I can take all of your questions so you can speak verbally without the live stream being on. The people in the chat can easily type in their questions if they need to now, but I wanted you guys to have that opportunity. So roughly 10:50, maybe 10:40, 10:50-ish. I'm going to turn off the live stream, and I'm going to take your questions then. We'll see what happens. Let's talk about my syllabus. How is this thing going to run? Now you can see right here, classwork. Hold on one second.
Teachers at this time, any students in sophomores who have not received a Chromebook, go to the cafeteria. Again, bring a pen and identification, and that's with last name P3B. Thank you.
Okay. This is your Google Classroom. You can see right here. I posted the link, which is how those people in the chat found me. I said I'd be live at 10 a.m. Classwork. You can see there's a syllabus, but it's been grayed out. And the reason why it's been grayed out is because it will go live at 11:05. There's the Google form. There's the article that you're going to have to read. But more importantly, here is the syllabus. Let's talk about this. You know how they did away with homework as a grade? Yeah, some of you? Okay.
What?
Homework is not a grade anymore.
It's not. Well, I mean,
The assignments that I'm going to give you for homework are going to be wrapped up in classwork participation, which classwork participation you are only given a grade for twice a marking period, which is why homework assignments like the syllabus are only going to get like check marks. And then when I go for the classwork participation grade, I'm going to look across at all of those assignments that fell into that category and see, do you have check marks? Do you have missing? Do you have turned in late? Stuff like that. That's what I'm going to be looking for. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. 80% of your grade are majors and minors. 80%. These majors and minors are going to be taking place mainly online. There are ways of doing that. I was talking to a student actually last class period because they were just like, man, how'd you do like online assessments for math? Didn't people like cheat all the time? And then another kid who had me last year, no, he made his test so he couldn't cheat on them. I'm like, yep, that's what I did. You'll see. Can't use photo math. But 80% is going to be on majors and minors. Majors and minors are not just going to be like assessments like you do normally in class. There's also going to be projects. I love projects. I have at least one project per marking period. So excited. Anyway, back to this. There's my email if you need to email me. Follow me on Twitter, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to show you my YouTube page in a little bit at the end of class period. My school YouTube and my personal YouTube, so you can all follow me there. Yeah? No? Shut up. Anyway, supplies. Yes, have your stuff, pencil, notebook. I'll talk about notebooks in a minute. Folders for organizing if I give you stuff. Calculators. I can't give you calculators. We can't. We're not allowed to this year. Actually, I have to turn them in to the library. But your Chromebooks should come equipped with a TI-84 graphing calculator app. I believe it's been provided by Texas Instruments. You need to make sure on your Chromebook when you get the chance that that thing can work. Next week, I'm hopefully going to show you how it works. But make sure that you're checking that out because you're going to need a graphing calculator for some of the things that we're doing. Notebooks. keep an organized notebook. I'm talking to you in the chat. Keep an organized notebook. Make sure you are doing so. I have students who come into my class and they're like, yeah, this year is going to be different. And they take notes all through September. And then come October, they're done. Like mentally, they're done. Like, what are you doing? And then they ask me like in mid-November, Mr. Markey, I need help with this subject. Okay, cool, because we're coming for like after school help. Well, we can't do after school help, but I'll talk about that later. So they're like, Mr. Markey, I need help with this, this, and this. Cool, look, all right, where's your notebook? They bring up a notebook. All right, cool. Show me the chapter, the notes that you wrote down on this chapter. I don't have them. Why not? I just kind of stopped taking notes. Why? Because I learned better just by watching. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. Let me ask you a question. Clearly, I look like a great basketball player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Let's say I took a class on how to play basketball. And I sat there and I watched. And they showed me demonstrations and they showed me calculations and I watched. And they brought in guest speakers and we watched these amazing like videos breaking down film and stuff like that and I watched. And then came the day of the test. We went down to the gym and they handed me a basketball. They say, make a shot. What's going to happen? Most likely.
You're gonna miss
Probably. Why?
because you don't know how to do it.
Why?
You don't play it.
That's weird, isn't it? I could watch all the videos I want. I could watch someone else do it all the time. But unless I'm willing to do it myself, unless I'm willing to put in the work to try the problems on my own and write down the material and actually work with it, I may not know actually how to do it. Just saying, you got to get your hands dirty. You got to get your hands dirty. Let me give you another example. Imagine a sandbox with a quarter sitting right on top. You're a 4-year-old kid. You're a 4-year-old kid. You walk up to the sandbox and you see that quarter. What are you going to do? Yeah, my quarter. Okay, the next day, you walk back to that same sandbox and somebody tells you, hey, there's a quarter buried in the sandbox. Let's say there is. There's a quarter buried in the sandbox. So I look at that sandbox and I go, okay, I'm going to get that quarter. I didn't get the quarter. Why?
You didn't try.
I did. I really tried. Look. I really tried.
There's no try, there's nothing to do it again.
What do I have to do to get the quarter then? You got to get your hands dirty.
I was gonna say not like constipated.
I know, right? I'm just saying.
You gotta invite the boys over. Have a sandbox time.
No,
The boys.
the boys.
Of course.
No, but in all honesty, though, you got to get your hands dirty. You can't just sit there and hope for the best and say, I'm going to absorb this information. No, you have to dig. You have to do it. You have to try it. No! All right, back to this. Classwork assignments are mainly going to be on Google Classroom. There's going to be due dates for them. Don't be late. Don't be late. Now, obviously, assignments could be potentially lowered by letter grades. Keep in mind that's for majors and minors. Majors and minors online will have due dates. And if they're late, there is a consequence for it. If you're absent, we'll figure out an appropriate due date in a case-by-case basis. Let's scroll down. Warm-ups. When you come in my classroom, there'll typically be something on the board. I'm not going to give you a paper thing. I'm going to try and not do paper. Responsibilities. If you're scheduled for my class, then you should be here if you're scheduled. Now, like I said, on Wednesdays, you are not required to be in the live stream. But you are required to do the enrichment activity, which I will know based through Google Classroom. Yeah?
What about Mondays?
That's not a B day. Monday, Tuesday are A days.
Oh.
Monday, Tuesday is cohort 1, cohort 2. Then Wednesday, Thursday are B days, cohort 1, cohort 2.
Ooh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. I was confused. I was like, are we just not having school on A days?
I thought it was ABAB or something like that. Or AB.
No. So you guys would have your A day classes on Tuesday and your B day classes on Thursday. That's your cohort 2. Cohort 1 will have their A day classes on Monday and their B day classes on Wednesday. Friday's virtual, which we'll talk about. Where am I? All right. Attending, be prepared. Have your crap. Have your stuff. You don't have lockers this year. You can't be like, I left it in my locker. Nope. Sorry. If you're absent, it's your responsibility to get those notes. Now, here's the deal. I'm talking about the Wednesday, Thursday thing. If you know, like I said before, if you know you're going to be absent on a Thursday, maybe tune in for the live stream on a Wednesday. For you, those of you in the chat, if you know you're going to be absent on a Wednesday, you could join the live stream on a Thursday. I'm going to be teaching the same thing. But keep in mind, each lesson that I teach, I am going to be focusing in on a bit of information. I have to. Unfortunately, I have to. But we're going to get that reinforcement. You're going to have the enrichment activities. You're going to have the other stream if you want to relearn it. Like, oh, I watched the Wednesday stream and I didn't quite get it, so maybe I'll watch the Thursday, whatever you want to do. And then on Fridays is virtual. I'm going to be available. I'm going to have different things for you to do, but I'm also going to have, like, I'm going to put this in quotes, office hours on Friday. So you'll see. We'll get that thing done. You all see these signs up here, these orange signs? You in the chat, you all see those orange signs up top? Don't they look good? My wife made them. She was a kindergarten teacher, or she was a kindergarten teacher until her kids were born. But she made them for me. These are my expectations for you. Listen up. Number one, if I'm talking, you're listening to my sultry voice. You better believe it's sultry. Number two, respect for all, not just for each other. Yes, for each other, of course, but for the objects in this room, for the Chromebooks that you borrowed, for the desks that you're sitting in. Don't be carving things in them. Be prepared. Have your crap. You can't go to your locker. There's no locker thing this year. You got to have your stuff. You need stuff. You need a pencil. You need an eraser. I'm going to have that stuff for you. Paper, notebooks, binder. I'm going to have that stuff for you if you need it. Trust me. Only what you need. In years past, only what you need was my opportunity to tell kids to get their phones off their desk. But this year's different. This year, electronics are going to be a necessity, whether it be the Chromebooks or the phones or whatever. Yes?
There's no service in the school.
Especially in this room. I'm facing a brick wall. I know. Fun fact, in terms of electronics, I don't know if I said this earlier, I might have, but I'll just say it now. When you come in, if you need to charge something, by all means, go charge something. Just plug it in, leave it there, get it charged. Do what you got to do. All of those outlets are available just in case. But yeah, there's not really much in terms of cell phone service in here. Brick wall. I love this room. I've been in here for like 12 years. Now, on topic. If I'm talking about math, we're talking about math. We're learning about math. If I'm talking about puppy dogs, you're talking about puppy dogs. In the chat right now, type in your favorite type of dog. Fun story. You know how Barnegat got the power outage a few weeks ago? So I live in Manahawkin. My parents, they didn't have power for like 3 days, right? But we only lost power for like a day and a half, or it's maybe less than a day. I don't know, whatever. Favorite puppy dog, chat. I want to see them. Favorite puppy dog. But I'm rocking my daughter to sleep. And out the back of the house in the woods, I can hear, Georgie! Georgie! I'm like, what is going on? This dude is looking for his dog. After I finally get my daughter to sleep. Oh, hold on. Pomeranians are cute, but mine never shuts up. Poodles, huskies.
Who the hell likes poodles?
Join the chat.
Who the hell likes poodles, honestly? It's like a French dog. It's disgusting.
I don't know, what are the French good for? Surrendering?
Not cheese, that's about it.
It's just the dog. Can't help it.
No one likes a poodle.
Anyway. Regardless.
Liking a chihuahua.
I didn't mean to get in an argument about dogs. So. But the thing is, the guy was looking for his dog, and then eventually I get my daughter to sleep. I'm sitting on the couch with a headlamp reading a book because the power's out. And this dude comes to my front door holding up the dog. He's like, holding up the phone. He's like, have you seen this dog? It was like a tiny little Pomeranian thing. Oh my gosh. What's a Morkie? Oh, Maltese Yorkie.
Grade 11 students who did not receive a Chromebook with the last names beginning with A through H, please report to the cafeteria at this time. Don't forget you need an ID and a pen.
Marky.
What's up?
I was just clicking on it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, it's on YouTube?
Oh, are you on the Google Classroom?
It's on YouTube? You have it on?
It's unlisted, so you got to click on the link.
Alright, we're gonna mess up whoever the hell.
Oh, come on. Be nice. Oh, yeah, mute it as well. Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, because you just logged onto it. The thing with the videos, just as a side note, the videos will be unlisted because I don't want random people dropping in. You know what I'm saying? I will put the link in Google Classroom for you so you could easily get to it if you want to. But after the fact, the videos will be organized into playlists, and the playlists will be made public. I'll show you that at the end of class, how that exactly works. Anyway, let's get to the next part of this syllabus thing. Because what did I say I wanted to get to? Yeah, good. I got about 25 minutes before I turn off the stream and take your questions. Participation is not just raising your hand. Participation is following along with what we're doing, taking notes, participating in Google Classroom, things of that nature. It's not just speaking. Extra help, typically, I like to do it after school, but you let it at 12:50. The after-school bus is 2:45. I'm not keeping you for an hour 45 after school. So instead, go home. We'll do extra help on the computer. We'll set up Google Meets if we need to, and I'll do extra help that way. I'm going to try to do that during the week at various times, but I'm also going to try and do that on Fridays as well. It's just, you can see who likes poodles. They commented it. Whatever, they're in your class.
Poodles are ugly. Yeah.
Anyway, this is your first assignment, which will be made available at 11:05 to get this syllabus signed. But I don't want paper. Don't print it out. Don't physically sign it. Instead, there's a Google form that will be made available to you. Don't let the dog argument get you guys like all flustered, because I'm gonna have to assign somebody to be a moderator and put you all in timeout. I'll put you all in timeout. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see. Put user in timeout.
No, she's saying exactly. That's why we own half their land.
Well, that's another story. Just saying. Anyway, so there's a Google form to do that. But here's the thing. How do I know that you actually did it? How do I know that you actually had your parents read it? This, a request. Your parent or guardian is to send me an email. It could be about anything. It could be about you. It could be about the reservations for the year. It could be about the class. But I want them to send me an email. That's how I'm going to know that you actually read it and have them read it as well. There is an article, Finding Glory in the Struggle. Read it. That's my philosophy of teaching. Finding the glory in struggle. Just saying. How does a kid enjoy playing in the branches of a tree? To climb the trunk, right? Of the tree? Isn't that kind of hard to climb the trunk of a tree?
Yeah, like grab a branch.
Yeah, something like that. But, I'm just saying. The point is the struggle. You got to do that struggle to get up there. You can't just get a ladder and then climb up in the branches. What if the ladder falls down? How do you get down?
Jump. It hurts. I don't know. I got this. I can't say it.
Yeah, don't say it. But fun story about jumping. I was live streaming this past spring, the second week of quarantine.
Oh, like early March.
Yeah, or mid to late March. I hear my daughter screaming in the other room. What is going on? She fell off her brother's bunk bed and broke her arm.
Yeah.
The second week of quarantine. I'd get a ladder.
I can't believe you blocked me. I made an account and everything. And it's funny because my profile picture is a picture of me in 4th grade.
No, I didn't block you. I put you in timeout. You're in timeout for 300 seconds. That's roughly 5 minutes.
That's 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness. So let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is?
Peanut butter jelly time.
It's time for a quiz.
What? No, come on, it's the first day we're here.
Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, it's time for a quiz. It's time for the Markey quiz.
Bunk beds are the worst. No, they're not. They're amazing.
It's time for the Markey quiz.
But bunk
Bunk
beds?
beds give you so much more room for
It's like
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have an electronic device like a Chromebook, you're set. If you have your phone, only if you have internet access, but I need you to go to quizzes. Let's see here. I'll put up the thing right here in a moment, but it's time for the Markey quiz. Throughout the year, students have bothersome questions about me. And instead of going through those questions in the middle of the year, I am going to give you those questions now. Now, for those of you in the chat, you can't see the code. I know you can't because there's the giant glare. So I'm going to write it up here, as I did for my other classes. It's 805-493. 805-493. Now, if you can get on your phone, great. If you can't get on your phone to do this, I have a paper backup. Because you don't have a Chromebook. No phone?
I think this Chromebook's dead.
Nope. Like I said, you could charge it, but paper backup. Paper backup or phone?
Slow phone, take the paper to me, like it's working.
Okay.
And it's really slow.
And you'll see in a minute. Okay. If you need let me know if you need the paper backup. Okay, cool. If you need the paper backup, then obviously you'll just do the question number and then the letter answer. It's multiple choice. All these questions are about me. There will be a winner. And the winner usually receives the illustrious high five. But I can't give you high fives this year.
I was gonna say,
So you're going to get the illustrious air five or the illustrious head nod. It's going to be great. It's going to change your life.
see, Rebecca Viscount, she likes poodles.
Oh, I saw.
We should kick her.
Why?
I'm still I got one. That's why.
He wants to get out of that
No,
time.
'cause I have a comment that I put out, and like it's just like you've been pissing me off. I come to that's why we finesse these That's great. Very, very interesting. Michael Scirocco's in this class.
Wait, what? Oh, people jumping in. Okay. So I have 6 of you here, but I think like a few of you are on the paper.
I think I'm getting it.
Okay, that's fine. Either way. Just as a backup, maybe put the answers on the paper. But if you do the answers on the paper, follow the letters that are on the paper one, not the quizzes one. Because on the quizzes, the questions are in the same order, but the answers are scrambled. A little weird. Were you able to get in? Good. Okay. In the chat, this is your last chance to get in. Tristan posted the code, but get in that live stream if you can. Yeah, I know you're in, clearly. But yeah, all these questions are about me. Now, here's the deal. Throughout this class period, I have been dropping hints to various questions. Not all the questions, not all of them, but to some of the questions, I have been dropping hints as to the answers to this quiz. Please keep that in mind. Just saying. All right. I'm going to start it in a minute. Just giving them an opportunity. There's 12 in the chat. There's 6 of you here, but like at least 4 of you are in here. So like we're the rest in the chat. I guess they don't want a high five. All right. I'm going to start this quiz, and then I'm going to show the paper quiz.
Paper.
Oh, for those who are doing it on.
Oh, man, I got it.
Okay, that's fine. There are some doing it on an index card. Oh, somebody just jumped in. The code's still there. Go! And for the paper quiz, here's question number 1. As of today, how old am I?
Oh, you didn't tell us that.
I said I was dropping hints. I didn't say I was giving you the answer. I was just dropping hints. Question 2. Oh, question 2. What high school did I attend? Question 3. Where did Miss Markey go to college? Yes, they are all real places. Question number 4. Where did Miss Markey meet his wife? Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Mr. Markey, how can you have that answer of D? How? How? You mentioned your wife. You said she was a kindergarten teacher. She made those signs for you. You're wearing a wedding ring. Am I the type of person that would set up all of those hints as a backstory, spend hundreds of dollars on a wedding ring just to fool you in a quiz on day one that doesn't count?
I would. If it were me, I would totally do that.
Am I that type of person?
I don't know, are you? Only one way to find out.
Question 5. How many and what type of pets does Ms. Markey own?
8 hamsters.
They just decided to not connect on the 6th.
Wait, what is E.G?
E.g., like, for example, like, use this as an example. It's a Latin phrase.
Oh. How old did you say your daughter was? 8? You said your daughter was 8 or
The
something?
question's about my son.
Yeah, no, but like you said your daughter was like in first grade.
Did you miss any of the questions though?
So,
Yeah, I'll go back real quick, just real quick. This is question 1. You just write down the letter. Just write down the letter.
okay,
Question 2.
okay.
Question 3.
Hold on. Okay,
Question 4.
okay.
Question 5.
And I'm Cal. Yeah.
Good. Question 6. How did Mr. Markey get famous on YouTube? Shame on you for not knowing that I was famous on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna follow you.
Good. I'll show you the channel because I'm going to show you the school YouTube channel.
What's it called? Marky?
I'll show you. You'll see.
Marky's World stuff like that.
Marquis
It's
World.
definitely that.
Hey, you wish. Question 7. What's the fastest Mr. Markey's ever solved a Rubik's Cube? Anybody see the Netflix documentary this summer called The Speed Cubers?
I want to learn how to solve one. I just can't.
Yeah, I taught a ton of people.
Give me like 5 minutes though.
I taught, the youngest I taught was like 4th grade. How to solve the cube. I was actually getting paid by a dad a few years ago to coach a kid on how to get faster.
For what, like Bruce?
For competitions. Yeah. I've been competing for like 10 years in Rubik's Cube competitions. In fact, if you watch that documentary, a lot of those kids in the documentary, I know them. Question 8. What sports did I do in high school? Question 9. What elementary school did I attend? And yes, fun fact, I grew up in Barnegat. My parents have lived here for 40 years. Hold on.
Teachers, any 11th grader with the initials of I through O who have not received a Chromebook, please report to the cafeteria. Please bring a pen and identification. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, here, hold on. There's two more real quick. What's my heritage? And just for the sake of argument, it's really cool. My mom, who speaks that particular language, we found on YouTube a documentary made like 50 years ago about the hometown she grew up in. It was so cool. She was able to translate a bunch of stuff from it. Also, fun fact, whatever the answer is, I'm 50-50. And finally, number 11, the bonus question. You can get this right if you are within 1 month. If you are within 1 month. And on quizzes, it does the same thing on quizzes. On quizzes, it will give you the point if you are within 1 month. Somebody said 5 out of 13, but the problem is there were 11 questions. Anyway, I want you to put it in this format.
You never mentioned your son, you only mentioned your daughter.
Interesting.
Question, is your daughter older or younger than you?
Interesting.
Can you answer that?
I will when I go over the answers.
That gives nothing away.
Anyway, so I'll grade it for you.
They're all toys, so they're all.
That's fine. I'll grade it for you so you can go get the Chromebook. All right, let me go check quizzes and see what people got. Let's see here. Click, move it over. There's.
You should just keep it up on the big thing.
Oh yeah. I will. I just wanted to look at it real quick.
Can I go now?
Yes, yeah. Can you leave the note card on my desk, or right up there? End the game. It looks like,
I need a pass or?
no, just go. Yeah, do you have your ID?
It's on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I should write you a pass. I'm sorry. What? Oh gosh, hold on. We'll put Chromebook here. 8:05 at 10:40 today.
I thought everyone got the same score.
Third,
What did I get?
and then let's see, one bathroom. 8:05 at 10:40.
Teachers at this time, any 11th graders with the initials of P through Z, please report to the
Alright.
cafeteria. If you do not have a Chromebook, please bring a pen and identification.
Since you got 45%. Now, you don't know how much you got right yet. Neither does she. But we'll see this in a moment. Let's see what the answers were. Let's see here. All right, you quiz. First of all, as of today, how old am I? I'm 36. So mark it right or wrong on your thing. I should really do that to hers as well. She picked D, so there's an X. The answer's 36. Number 2. What high school did I attend? Yes, I grew up in Barnegat. Well, we didn't have a high school. I went to Southern. So there's, I'll circle that. There we go. Let's see here. Click. Where did Mr. Markey go to college? It's pronounced Salisbury. It's pronounced Salisbury. So this is question 3. That's wrong. Question 4. Come on. Click. Where did Mr. Markey meet his wife? We worked together at Barnegat Recreation Summer Camp. Last time we worked together at Barnegat Rec was 8 years ago. So all those kids are now, I don't know where they are now. 8 years ago, you guys were all like, what, 7, 8 years old? Yeah.
8 years ago.
So, wrong. Oof. Wait, that actually went. Lindsay, I don't know if you won yet because we got to see what they got on the paper cards because they weren't able to get online.
Also because you like poodles.
No, she was the other way.
She was supporting it.
Question 5. If you've watched my YouTube videos, you'll know that I own a cat. Yes. Used to be 2.
What kind of kitty?
Whatever I got from the shelter.
What color?
Oh, the one that died was orange tabby. And the one that we still have is more calico-ish. But they're stray cats, so they all got like the regular stripes that a cat normally has.
I feel like cat is a cat. I don't know.
Not necessarily. They're different breeds. Yeah.
There are different breeds of cat you didn't know.
Well, no, there's like the ugly, like naked one.
Pretty much. Number 6, how to get famous on YouTube. I do have a cubing tutorial if you're interested, but that's not how I got famous. I do speedrun video games currently, but that's not how I got famous.
You definitely see people falling out of things.
The answer is C.
What?
Remember the TV show Lost?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you the not the videos themselves, but the number of views that I got per video.
I'm curious about this.
You can watch them. You can subscribe.
What's your thing called?
I'll show you.
What's your handle?
What's your handle? Number 7. What's the fastest Mr. Markey solved the Rubik's Cube? Fun fact, the world record, currently today, the world record is 3.5 seconds. My personal record is 8. The answer is A.
Really?
Yes.
You can solve a Rubik's Cube in 8 seconds.
Well, keep in mind, that's the fastest I've ever done it. I can't do it every
Do
time.
you have a Rubik's Cube right here right now?
I don't. Well, I have this one, but it's a calendar cube. It says Thursday, September 3rd. Whatever. But I average roughly 14 seconds.
Okay, so I'm not doing as well as I thought. Wait.
I'm sorry.
Wait, oh my god.
Please excuse the interruption. Any 12th graders that did not receive a Chromebook with the last names beginning with A through H, please report to the cafeteria at this time.
You're at the end of the
ID
alphabet?
required.
For that? Okay, just making sure. Make sure. What course did I do in high school? Answers all of the above.
Really?
Yeah, your face.
Yes, but I got it right.
All of the above.
I'm an ID, so I can't hear you.
Oh, goodness. Ooh. What elementary school did I attend? I mentioned how old I was. I mentioned how long my parents have lived here. They moved here in 1981, right?
There was like nothing here, I'm guessing.
79, Dunphy was built. 81, Collins was built. I was born in 83.
Oh.
My sister, I should say my family, my parents still live in Settlers. My sister went to Dunphy, but then they redistricted, and I went to Collins. The answer is Collins. You know, the Edwards School back in the 1950s was the high school of this county.
Was it actually?
That tiny little school.
Back in the day, before Southern Regional was built. Which was mainly, Southern Regional was mainly built off the taxpayers of Long Beach Island. They wanted to build a school on land that was cheaper than what they had on the island. But Barnegat High School serviced Waretown, Barnegat, Stafford, and Pinelands, and LBI. In fact, in the 1920s and 1930s, before the bridge was when the bridge was mainly like for trains, right? The people from LBI would sail their boats across the bay to get to school.
I said we all did a Southern.
I
I wanna go to Southern.
That was pretty cool.
I want to go.
Number 10, what's my heritage? Believe it or not, I'm 50-50.
English community.
You say chameleon?
Chilean.
It's Chilean.
I said Chilean.
No, but that's not the answer. You're wrong.
I'm wrong. Are you kidding me?
The answer is Irish and Puerto Rican.
What? You're Puerto Rican?
I know, right? You're looking at me like, what? My mom, born and raised on the island of Puerto Rico in a village called San Sebastian. Yes, my mom lived there till she was about 8 or 9 years old. She told me she never saw the ocean until she left the island.
Oh.
Yeah, they lived inland and they didn't have enough money to go anywhere. She never saw the ocean until they flew away from the island. Yeah. When they landed in New York City, and she said she had never seen anything like it in her life. They landed at night and the city was lit up. You know what I'm saying? With all the windows and stuff like that. She had never seen, she thought it was another planet. I'm just saying, somebody who grew up in a tiny village in Puerto Rico, whatever. Finally, the bonus! How's my son? I mentioned rocking my daughter. Remember? You don't rock a first grader. My son's going into first grade.
So you did set us up.
I did.
Oh, which means that you're not ever that kind of person. Apparently you are.
I know. My son is 6 years, and you have to be within 1 month, 6 years, and 5 months.
So I just had to go first.
I just thought I was a crush on my class 7 years, 8 months.
So how many did you get right? Because she got 3.
Got 5, right?
You got 5, right? How? I got.
Did you X the ones you got wrong?
Yeah.
And what'd you get? 3. So you got 5, and I believe that Lindsay also got 5. So I think you both won.
Lindsay, because she's supposed to.
It wasn't Lindsay who went through
She was supporting.
She's in support.
this. Okay.
She was like, "Stop being mean." I'm like, "It's a."
So we're 15 minutes to the end of the class period. Here's what I want to do. For those of you in the chat, if you have any questions, please make sure that you email me any questions in regards to this class, in regards to this school year, in regards to anything of that nature. Email me. Check Google Classroom, because at 11:05, for all of you, if you're in Google Classroom, which you should be, but at 11:05, there will be that assignment to get that syllabus read, that article read, and that information filled out. And for your parents to email me. Please make sure that you do. For now, I'm going to shut off the stream so that you guys can ask me whatever questions you want, and I can be a bit more vocal, I guess, less diplomatic, let's just say, about some of my answers in regards to things that are going on. And what in the world?
I know, I put it on.
Click on the YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I also have to show you my YouTube. Hold on.
Yeah.
Before I sign off, let me show you the YouTube. Before I sign off, let me show you the YouTube. So, oh, you didn't win.
Oh, I
Oh, goodness. So here is the YouTube channel for my school account. Now, the thing is, all of these videos are going to be unlisted as individual videos. But after the live stream, I am going to organize these videos into a playlist. Now, this playlist is for my A-Day class. I'm going to change the title. So it says A-Day Algebra 2 CP. You guys are B-Day Algebra 2 CP. So I'm going to organize all your videos, and they're going to be organized in the playlist with the following type of heading. So, for example, you see right here, I will have the date, I will have the day of the week, and I will have the class period. So that's my A-Day class. So typically, you guys are always going to see like Wednesday, Thursday videos in the playlist. You're going to see that Wednesday, Thursday, period 3B. You guys are Thursday kids, so you'll know which videos are your videos. But I'm going to organize them like that. It'd be really nice. I'm going to try and get better quality in terms of how I'm going to be doing this, but right now we're all working on a shoestring budget. Oh, cool. So if you go to my school YouTube and subscribe, good for you. But my school YouTube is subscribed to my personal YouTube.
It's a bow tie.
Yeah, there's my personal YouTube. Look at my subscribers.
Mr. James.
Yeah.
I like it.
I made a YouTube video when I was like 9, and then I checked it like a year ago, and it had like 150,000 views.
What was the video of?
I think I was like, I think I pulled a prank on my brother, and I like broke my ankle or something.
Yeah.
Algebra
There's my cat, by the way.
Some 2014 vibes.
Gotcha. There's my cat, by the way, the one that's alive. Yeah.
You guys
So
should
you can see
definitely
my
check it out.
videos recently have mainly either been about the Umbrella Academy or have been running video games. I have been doing a Let's Play with my son. I know. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Hold on. If you go back in the, yeah, there's a beard. I'm going to grow it out again. You'll see. But I've been speedrunning video games, trying to get my times better. You can see in the spring, this is how I did live streaming in the spring. In the spring, when some teachers might have been, out hanging out on the island or golfing or doing whatever, I was doing live streams with my students. I enjoy teaching. I want to teach. You can't stop me from that. If you expect me to just post videos and you learn on your own, that's not going to be how I roll. If we go virtual, if we go full virtual, I'm going to be doing something like this. Rest assured. It's going to be awesome.
10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, dude.
15,000 views. Let's check it out.
Yeah. There's a bunch of cubing videos, more teaching. There's a bunch of cubing videos. There's a bunch of cat videos. There's my Lost Thoughts videos. Oh, yeah. No, all right, pause it real quick.
Music.
So, what was really cool was when I did the Lost Thoughts videos, they like blew up really quickly. They were getting like 10, 15,000 hits a video. So after the first couple episodes, I'm like, at the beginning of the thing, I'm like, hey, if anybody has any like music that I can use as a theme song, please let me know. This band reached out to me from Ireland. And they're like, hey, use this. I'm like, yes. So I cut their song as my opening credits. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, you had like that 2010 stash off like the chin strap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's how I rolled back in the day. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, pause that real quick. Check out my hair in this one. Pretty awesome, right?
Dude.
Whatever. That was like cute. Anyway, I got a bunch of stuff on there. You can check them out whenever you want. There's one video. There it is. That's my most viewed video right here. Oh, it jumped to the end real quick for some reason.
You clicked it.
Because you already watched your own video.
No, I clicked it by accident.
What?
Kidding.
though. That's sad.
I said no. Rest in peace.
Oh, this one I
Okay.
can't- Yeah, it's like cat videos and cubing videos and math videos and video game videos. It's like my whole channel's a hodgepodge. Check them out if you get the chance, if you want to. Anyway, right. How did I know he was a cat person? Oh gosh. Do you ever hear somebody described as a cat person, and then when you meet them in person, you're kind of disappointed because you expected whiskers?
Wait, so should we just like watch all these like videos?
Yes, that's your homework. Anyway, I am gonna sign off the live stream. There's about 7 minutes left. I do want to take your guys' questions about the schedule and whatnot, so we can talk. Whatever. He hit that bell. There he is. Anyway, for you in the live stream, thank you for joining, and hopefully I will see most of you on Wednesday. I will see most of you in the chat live in person on Wednesday, hopefully. So end that stream.